I'm just here to say I will see in my lifetime the fall of this matrix. I will see in my lifetime the collective crack the code, crack the matrix, wake up for real. Because the shift's already happening. The end of things have been going on for a long time. There's a lot of shit ending and a lot of shit starting. In a lot of ways, we're being forced as people, at least in the American society, but probably everywhere. We're being forced, not forced, but everything is pushing us to rely on ourselves. If you really pay attention, sorry, I got this pimple right here, and it's just big busting, and it's just annoying. We're being forced to rely on ourselves. Great example is all this shit going on with SNAP. Oh, they're taking away food stamps and it's a good source of food. I'm not saying that I agree with it, because I don't. I'm not saying that it's right, and yes, it is going to cause struggles for a lot of people, but it just always comes back down to, well, what could those people do in their lives to elevate out of the position that they're in? Because nobody is stuck. None of us are stuck. None of us are, oh, I'm too broke to do this, or I'm too, no, you're not. No, you're not. You never have, and you never will be. You only will be if you choose to. Even as a black person, good example I'll use, because that's why I choose to stay out of certain conversations. Now, even as a black person, oh, well, everything in the system is against us, and they don't like it, so there's no way that I can succeed and get money easily, and whoop-de-woo, and not live in the ghetto, and not live this, and not be on food stamps, and not, girl, you speaking all them curses over yourself. I just said it in the last video, or one of the last ones. Why would I speak curses over myself or my life? Why would I want to be cursed? And the first step, even before that, is you need to view you saying those things as a curse. You complaining, thinking that everything's against you, literally, is not going to change shit. It's never going to make it better. It's never going to make it better unless you choose to make it better. That's the point of alchemy. I don't want to be another one of them girls that's up here, I'm an alchemist and all this, but we are. You're a scientist. You're an author. You're a god. You're a goddess. You are a vessel for energy on this planet. And energy likes to move, right? So, like I said, I seen some cows while I was driving over here, like in a truck. They were in a big ass in the back of like them cage trucks, and there's a bunch of cows back there, and it pulled up right next to me, and that shit breaks my heart. And I've never really felt this way before. Like, to be really honest, I've never felt like, wow, I'm actually so sad to see all these animals, these living things, these living animals in the back of some fucking cage-ass thing piled in. I'm talking about that shit was packed up. 2 levels to it, too. It's some on the top, it's some on the bottom, packed up. They damn near sitting on top of each other. All got the little tag shits in their ear, all of them. You know, them, like, and there's black ones and brown ones, and I just immediately, like, pulled them next to me, immediately, didn't even stop to think about it, just rolled out my window and started talking to him. Like, dead ass. I rolled out my window and I was like, I just started speaking life. I was like, hey, I love you. I love you. You're beautiful. You're great. Thank you for being here. I'm so sorry that they got you in this cage. It's alright though. It's okay. I love you. I made my vow to the cows. To the cows. They was looking at me, I was looking at them. It was right there, rolled my window all the way down mid-traffic at the light. I don't give a fuck. But I ain't worried about them. Half these people not even here paying attention. They check the fuck out. Because I used to be like that. I understand. I wasn't even noticing people doing shit like that because I wasn't here. And if they're paying attention, why would I stop doing what I feel led to do because somebody's watching me? What am I, a puppet? What am I, a video game character easily controlled? And so I gave the controller to somebody else? No. I got free will. I'm doing what I know I need to do. I'm following my intuition. As I shared, it's God, it's the divine, it's the beyond. But yeah, I kept saying that, like, I love you. Thank you for being here. You're so pretty. You're so beautiful. Same way you should speak to your plants or people, right? Yeah. So I told him, I was like, I don't eat y'all no more. I'll never eat y'all again. And as soon as I said that, two of them looked at me, and I was like, I mean it. I was like, I'm sorry they're doing this to you. I'm sorry they're doing this to you. I'm sorry I ever contributed to any of it. But I love you. And I just kept saying that and then drove off. And I've just been here thinking. And I was like, damn, that shit's sad. Like, it's sad that they just... What gives us the right to... Just because I'm a human, oh, I can talk and wait a minute. All you be talking about is bullshit. All you be doing is spitting angry, hateful curses, negative words, and sending bad energy. But just because you can send all that shit, you could do all that bullshit, you can get the right to kill a whole other being that's alive and can have kids and has a home and eats food. And this is why I was like, even if their destiny or whatever the fuck, I don't know how to explain that, but even if the cow or whatever animal is meant to die, either by being eaten by another animal or another person, or they just naturally die, what gives us the right to just herd them up and throw them in the back of a metal fucking cage and put them dry for hours and hours in smog and no food, no water, and stacked up on top of each other? What gives us the right? Tell me. We made all this shit. If all this shit comes from their home, the cow's home in this metaphor, if everything comes from the cow's home that we got caged up in the back, then what? We got the cages from, like really think about it. Even talking about it now, I'm really blowing my mind. Like, the cages, the cars, the streets, everything that we see done came from the planet that we live on. That is the home of the animals that we claim we have the power over as people, as humans. I'm not saying there's not respectful ways to do it, like the native culture. You say thank you for offering up your body, thank you for whoop-de-whoop. You use every part of the animal. You're being smart, resourceful, aligned. Yeah, so that was just what I was thinking about. I'm finna get to some paper right now and just, but in my lifetime, I will see the end of this system. In my lifetime, I will see the collective human, the people, crack the matrix, wake up from the slumber, cut the ties, speak life. In my lifetime, I will see it, because it don't have to be the way it is. It's so stupid, dummy easy to get caught up in it. Oh, there's nothing I can do about it. There's a lot of shit we should be doing about it. And fuck, I ain't even talking about politics and protests and all that. Nigga, get your life together. Put yourself in a position where you can actually help your community. People will hate on the people who got money and rich. But them niggas have the ability to go and change somebody's life genuinely. Ain't that the reason of being mad at them? Ain't that the reason niggas are so mad at rich people? Because they got all this money and they don't change people's lives. Well, what? They gotta make sure their life is still straight while they changing other people's, right? You can't give from an empty cup. Rule number one. Rule number two. What if people are ungrateful? What if there's so many factors into everything? We should be slower to speak on somebody else's life or somebody else's experience, somebody else's journey, because that's what this is. Video game Matrix, regardless, it's an experience. If you got sucked into a video game being here, that's an experience. It's deep, but like not really. It's reality. Literally, it is reality. This ain't even this is no woke shit. This is what the fuck it is. I'm not finna keep explaining myself to nobody who's listening. I asked somebody this the other day. I said, I asked my man this the other day. What's the point of? Why would you want to control people who can't even control themselves? Because they're not gonna. Even if you were to control them, they're not gonna do what you say anyway. So just let people be. One of the affirmations I've been listening to that homegirl says is, people are their own problem. I see people as their own problem now. She let it be. So, yeah, because that means I'll view myself as my own problem. And once that happens and I understand it, I'll be able to gracefully, lovingly, all of this should be acted on with love as the filter. There's the law of polarity, so on the adverse side of love is hate. Now my finger's shaking. I just noticed that. But love, this was the love finger, so love. There's righteous anger. There's righteous rage. You can be pissed off and mad for a good reason because there are good reasons. The point is to not create them or look for them. To avoid them, to not enable them in other people. The ones that we are around, that's key. I fucked up so many times with past friends because I was enabling their bad behavior, just wanting to keep my friend around. Now we don't even talk. Car alarm going off because that's that confirmation of being dead serious. So now I'm just like, damn, let me make sure I'm not enabling no shit within myself. Because if I do that, then I won't have to worry about, am I enabling this another person? No, the only people gonna come around me is the motherfuckers who are disciplined and consistent and got control of themselves and their emotions just like I do. I know we are all unique, but be careful of who you in a group with, Zion, or who you hang around with all the time, or who you exchange your energy with, even on a non-physical tip. Who you get advice from and who you give advice to. Because birds of a feather do flock together. Who you closest to, yeah, that's that real reflection. We might not, I can't even say we reflections of everybody and woo-doo-woo. We all connected, we all one, woo-doo-woo. But like, you really do your inner circle, them 3-4 people outside the family. Yeah, look at what you don't like about their lives and why, and then see how there's any similarities in yourself. I was doing shadow work the other day. We're working on de-suppressing. That felt good. I felt the energy move. I did it. Can't have no stagnant energy. I mean, we building up, pinning up, and we just going. But I wrote in my thing the other day that a reason why I didn't like or I felt some sort of way about a certain person was because I didn't like how many similarities there were between me and her, that person. Personality traits, decision making, or the lack of, all kinds of shit. And I was like, damn. So even it was me taking responsibility in a problem. Okay, there's a problem. What role did I play in that problem? Okay. This is so divinely lit right now. Like, I don't know what it was about seeing them cows. But I love you, cows. I love them. I was also thinking, like, damn, I just heard it within myself. Some of them some trackers. Some of them are some trackers. It wasn't just the cows that heard me. You understand that? Yeah, I was like, it was not just the cows that heard me say that at all. At all. You mean that's merchandise in the eyes of others. Those aren't animals. That's numbers, money, merchandise. That's why they're being moved as such, not as live animals. Now I know, there's probably a bunch of farming and all this other shit about why you gotta do what you gotta do, but it's like, baby girl, I don't care. Imagine a bunch of humans being stacked up into the back of some shit like that. Oh, my bad. They were just on a boat. Oh, my bad. They are. It's just super packed public transportation. It's the New York subway. I'm not perfect, but I am perfect to myself. In the eyes of society, I'm not perfect. Clap to that, because I don't want to be perfect in y'all's eyes. I'm perfect to myself because my definition of perfection is based upon me, and yours is based upon you. Why the fuck are we just consuming and constantly reading over and over, eating up somebody else's narrative? They've been putting a narrative on niggas for generations, years. Not just in America, just everywhere. That's why history class seem weird and fucked up, and then you get older and you be like, huh? They was doing what? Thanksgiving was, huh? They was eating who? In my lifetime, I will watch and contribute to that narrative of the collective human race changing for enlightenment, for the light, for God, for divine, for love, joy, peace, happiness, discipline, consistency, community, unity. No pain, no suffering, no violence, no escaping, reality, accountability, grounding, stability. The narrative is changing. That's why I said back to the beginning of this, the switch is already going on. It's already happening. I think, don't quote me on this, but it might be, there's an ending happening at the end of this year. At the end of this year, something is ending. There's a chapter closing. There's a season that's over. This shit that's dying off. There's something that's it's over. It's done. And it's final. Like, there is no, we're gonna revisit it. It's fine. No. We've been revisiting it. We've been in the cycle of it. Understanding it, experiencing it in different levels of understanding consciousness, emotional intelligence, etc., etc. But the cycle is ending. At the end of this year, that's just what I feel like for real. And before, I used to take that with fear and be like, I need to fast and I need to do this and this. No, it's stay true to you, Zion. Keep doing what you know you need to do. Don't get too far sucked into the right or to the left. Be whole, be light, be love, speak life, and be life. Your energy so move and flow. Literally. Don't be afraid to speak. Know that the words that you need to say to who you need to say will come to you and are coming to you. Practice, because practice does